Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. You may not be able to tell from the articles I write for soak.com, but I always want to love the young and the restless as much as I once did. I want to get excited about conflicts that make sense, have real stakes, and all but vibrate with intensity. I want to get swept away by epic love stories that are so passionate. I don't ever want them to end. I want to feel the writers know the characters as well as I and their portrayers do. But alas, for some time I haven't gotten what I wanted. And I'm willing to bet that you haven't either. I could be wrong. There could be a segment of the audience that absolutely lives for mustache twirling, villains' harebrained schemes, and two options for handling mental illness storylines. One like a PSA that involves reading to us from a psych textbook, and two like a free pass to turn a character into a Saturday morning cartoon version of Sybil. And stop me if you've heard this one before. It doesn't have to be that way. If Young and Restless were to take off the items on the super short 2025 to-do list I wrote up for it, it would be well on its way, entering a new golden age of which co-creators William J. and Lee Philo would be proud as it is. I hate to think how the late legends would react to the state of their show today. Please, for the love of Liz Foster, lay off the storylines about who's CEO of what ginormous conglomerate. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that at least in this instance it's oak if I speak for all of us when I say we don't care. In fact, we couldn't care less, though the current regime sure seems to like to try to see if it's possible give us some romance. Yes, beyond Victor calling Nikki my baby, Diane and Jack canoodling before hatching another Fea scheme, and Brad of the Year runner-up Kyle Billy won the title hands down, running around with CLI Iowa City's answer to both Laura Ng and Wednesday Adams. We've all watched soaps for long enough to know that they require some suspension of disbelief, but Young and Restless constantly asks us to suspend all disbelief. That's not just a lot to ask, it's too much. Somebody needs to get to know their characters and what distinguishes one from another that lets stories spring from them. Creativity is a powerful force. It drives innovation, art, and progress, yet for many it feels elusive, as if it can only be accessed by a select few. The truth is, creativity isn't something reserved for artists or geniuses. It is a skill that anyone can develop. It may seem overwhelming at first, but it doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, unlocking creativity only requires 3 simple steps. Yes, just 3. These steps, curiosity, exploration, and reflection, are the foundation upon which your creative potential can blossom. Curiosity is the fuel that propels creativity forward. Without curiosity, there is no desire to explore, to question, or to innovate. It's easy to get caught in the monotony of everyday life, following the same routine and doing the same things over and over. However, if you want to unlock creativity, you must first learn to cultivate curiosity. Ask questions, seek answers, wonder about the world around you. Think back to when you were a child. Children are naturally curious, always asking why and how about everything they encounter. It's this satiable desire to know more that leads to creative breakthroughs. Unfortunately, as we grow older, this curiosity often fades. The world becomes predictable, and we stop questioning the status quo. The key to reigniting your creativity is to start asking questions. Again, ask yourself what fascinates you, what excites you, what makes you wonder. It doesn't matter if the questions seem trivial at first. The more questions you ask, the more opportunities you will uncover for creative exploration. This step is about being curious, about engaging with the world in a way that allows you to see it with fresh eyes. For example, if you're an artist, take time to explore different mediums and techniques. If you're a writer, ask what new perspectives or genres you can explore. If you're a scientist, question assumptions and try to look at problems from unconventional angles. Curiosity doesn't have to lead to immediate Answers, it's about the journey, not just the destination. Once you've sparked your curiosity, it's time to explore. Exploration is where creativity begins to take shape. It's the stage where you experiment, try new things, and step outside of your comfort zone. Exploration is the bridge between curiosity and creation. Consider the way inventors, artists, and entrepreneurs work. They don't always know what their next move will be or what the final outcome will look like. Instead, they immerse themselves in the process of exploration, trusting that the answers will emerge through trial and error. The key is not to be afraid of failure or setbacks, but to see them as integral parts of the creative journey. In this phase, creativity often flourishes when you break free from established patterns, try to expose yourself to new experiences, ideas, and perspectives, travel to new places, meet new people, read different books, or learn a new skill. The more you stretch your boundaries, the more you'll discover hidden connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. It's these connections that spark creative insights and innovations. For instance, many scientific discoveries were made by chance or by exploring ideas outside of the norm. The same can be said for artists who combine different styles and techniques to create something completely unique. Exploration is about giving yourself permission to experiment and fail. Only through exploration can you find your true creative voice. Step 3. Reflect and iterate. The third step in the creative process is reflection and iteration. While curiosity ignites the spark and exploration fuels the journey, reflection is what brings everything together. It's in this phase that you take a step back and assess what you've learned from your explorations, and you start to refine and reshape your ideas into something concrete. Reflection allows you to evaluate your progress, identify patterns, and gain deeper insights into your creative process. It's a time to connect the dots between the experiences you've gathered and refine your ideas. Reflection doesn't have to be a formal or structured process. It can be as simple as taking time to journal your thoughts, meditating on your experiences, or discussing your ideas with others. One powerful technique for reflection is to look at your work from multiple angles. Consider asking yourself, what worked, what didn't, what would I do differently next time? Are there any patterns or recurring themes that have emerged? This process of self-assessment helps to refine your approach and pushes you toward creating something truly unique. Iteration is the final piece of the puzzle. Creativity isn't always about creating something perfect on the first try. It's about improving and refining ideas over time. Take your initial exploration and use reflection to guide your revisions. Make small tweaks, add new elements, and test your ideas in different ways. With each iteration, your creation becomes more refined, more polished, and more aligned with your original vision. Consider how a sculptor works with a block of marble. At first, the sculpture is rough and unformed, but through reflection and iteration, the artist chips away at the stone, slowly revealing the shape within. The same applies to any creative endeavor. Your first attempt may be imperfect, but through the process of reflection and iteration, you will refine and perfect your work. Putting it all together, when you break creativity down into 3 simple steps: curiosity, exploration, and reflection, it becomes much more approachable. Creativity is not a mystical gift that only certain people possess. It is a process that anyone can engage in. By embracing curiosity, you open yourself up to new possibilities. Through exploration, you begin to experiment and push your boundaries, and with reflection and iteration, you refine and perfect your ideas. Incorporating these 3 steps into your life doesn't require a major overhaul or radical change. Start small. Begin by asking more questions, seeking out new experiences, and taking time to reflect on your ideas. You'll find that creativity isn't just a single moment of inspiration, but rather a continual process that can be nurtured and grown over time.